So hey guys, in this video let's see how to add the realistic sunrise to your video using After Effects or Premiere Pro in the fastest way possible. So without wasting further time, let's jump right into the video. So guys, in this one I'm going to use this footage as the reference to show you how to add sunrise. You can see a kid sitting in front of the table reading a book and in front of the window, and window is covered by curtains and the curtain is moving slightly by the wind interference. So let's see how to add the sunrise. So first you have to go to the effects and presets. If the effects and presets is not visible, just go into the Windows workspace and change it to either effects or just change it to all panels. You will get access to all of the panels. And within that, you just search for the rays. You can see there may be a lot of rays and you won't be seeing the BCC obsoletes, translations or anything. And if you are not seeing this, I will give you the link to the plugin in the description. You can use the link to get flat 15% off. That may be around 50 or $5 whether you are choosing monthly or yearly plan. And from this one I'm going to choose the BCC plus race. If you want, you can also choose the Sapphire one. I'll show you later in this video. So first let's drag it all the way to the footage, the BCC race. Now let's shrink the effects and presets. You can see the sunrise is already visible, but the position of the sunrise is wrong. So in order to fix that, make sure you are selecting the BCC sunrise and you are inside the effect, and you'll see a small anchor point right here. You can use this to define the sun rays or the light source. For this one, let's assume our sun is right here and let's place it somewhere around, let's see, right here. And in this one you can see the sunrise is set, but it's so much harsh and very bright. We don't want that much of the intensity for the sunrise. So within the raise tab you can see there's a raise tab right here. Let's change it to screen. Okay, it's already on the screen. And let's change the length of the raise to somewhere around 50 or 55. Let's keep it as 55. And let's change the brightness. Let's change it a little bit to somewhere around 120. And you can see in this one the sunrise is of white color, but our curtain is a slightly creamish color. So let's change the light color to the white from somewhere around this area. Okay, this may be the perfect color that matching the curtain also. Let's click OK. And now you can see our sunrise is set, our light color is set, brightness and length is also set. But for in this video, you can see there's a curtain in front of the window that is acting as a filter, which won't let the sunrays to pass through as sharp as it is. So there may be a blur effect you may be getting in the real life. So let's add a little bit of the blur to the sunrays. Where was it? Where was it? Okay, it's right here. And let's change it to somewhere around 9, or let's keep it at 10. Okay, now that's looking perfect and realistic. Now let's increase the threshold because we don't want this much of the darkness. So we'll just increase the threshold to somewhere around 60, 65 maybe perfect, I guess. Yeah, that's perfect. Now our race is all set. Now let's come to the light source. Let's increase the brightness of the light source to somewhere around 5. That's perfect. And let's decrease the size to somewhere around 8. That may be perfect. Yeah, for this one we don't want textures, but I'll show you what the textures look like. Let's change the amount to all the way to the 100, and let's increase the size or decrease the size. You can see that's the texture. It's kind of the smoke effect or the dust particles in the air that is blocking the sun rays. But for this one we don't want that. We'll just change the amount all the way to 0 and let's shrink it. Next comes the shimmer tab. In the shimmer tab we can just adjust the amount to somewhere around 5 though. So basically the shimmer is, so in this one I'll just change the shimmer to 0. You can see there's a slight changes happened here. I'll just change it all the way to 70. Now you can see what shimmer is. It's like kind of the, what do you say, I don't know the technical terms behind the light. It's kind of the gaps or some of the blockage in between the light. I'll just change it all the way to the 5 to get that realism effect. Okay, now let's add a keyframe to the face. So imagine if your video starts from here and let's imagine it's as long as 7 seconds. I'll just change it to 0 to 5. That will be perfect. You can see a slight animation in the shimmer. That's the perfect one. We don't want much of it because the curtain is also moving by a little bit. So that will be the perfect amount. And the other things is the raise opacity. You will have a master controller over the raise effect. We're not gonna use that. So basically our raise effect is set. But you can see there's a little bit problem in this footage. You can see the light is applying or interfering with all of the parts in the video that it should not supposed to be. For example, the back part of the chair, which I don't think in real life you'll see a sun rays in back part of the chair, and also the sun rays is overlapping the plant which is in front of the window. Okay, in front of the window. In real life, you will see the sunlight is going behind the plant, and you'll get a slight shade of the sun rays on that plant. So in order to get that realism, we have many ways to do that. In this one, I'll show you a couple ways, 2 or 3 ways. So first way is the most easiest way. Okay, most easiest way if you don't want to make any changes to the video afterwards, or just basically the sunrise. Okay, so in order to do that, let's first expand the Mocha mask and track. Within the Mocha mask and track, you can see an option called depth map ML. We'll just expand the depth map ML, and you can see it's grayed out because we just forgot to turn it on. And from the pixel chooser, you just change it to off from on. That's it. You can see now the option is available to enable. So we'll just enable it, and you can see there's two options, the depth map ML faster and the better one. To first check it whether it works or not, we'll just keep it as fastest one and just enable the view mask or the matte option. And by enabling it, you can see the depth map is now visible to us. And by using the view matte option, we'll just adjust the depth map as per our preference. You have access to the brightness, the contrast, and the gamma, everything. But for this one, I'm just going to keep all at the default value. And but there's one more issue. When we uncheck the view mask, you can see the sun rays is still there, but it's only affecting on the white parts. That because in this one, when we enable the depth map ML, the depth map just calculated the white as the nearest part of the camera and the light shade the gray as the furthest from the camera. But in this one, the sun rays is affecting only on the luma part, that is the white part in this image. So in order to fix that, you can just simply click the invert button, and now it's inverted as the black as the closest and the white as the furthest part. Now when we unstick the view mask, you can see now our effect is done perfectly. Now you can see the sun rays is coming perfectly. It's only affecting on the part that it should be. Like it is excluding the part of the back of the chair. You can see now the back part of the chair is not affecting from the sun rays. And also it's not affecting the plant apart from having a little bit shade on the plant. Because the effect was working fine, I'll just change it from the depth map ML faster to depth map ML better. You can see now, wait for a couple of seconds, and now you can see our chair is well defined with all of the shape and properties, and now the depth is also much better. Now let's uncheck the view matte option. It's perfect. Our result is right here, guys, in front of you. Just make sure you're on third or quarter to get a better faster preview. And you can see I'll just show you the before and after. You are already getting an option like compare mode within the effect. I'll just change it to compare, and you can see this is the before and this is the after. This is before, this is after. I'll show you one more before after. Before the depth ML, this was the before. You can see you are getting light rays all over the part, and after the depth ML, you can see it's affecting only the part it should be. That brings the realism to that effect. And that's how you add realistic sunrise to your video using After Effects and Premiere Pro. You can see I am doing it inside of the After Effects, and by using the same technique and same effect inside of the Premiere Pro, you can get it in the Premiere Pro also. The effects and everything is same inside of the Premiere Pro also, the BCC rays. And now you have got the realism. But what if you think you want a little bit more brightness to the sun rays, or you want a little bit more control over the depth map? No problem, there's a way around. You can just come inside of the depth map ML layer, and you can play with the brightness. You can see increasing the brightness, bringing all of the sun rays away from the chair, and just bringing the brightness all the way to -100, bringing just depth map ML to kind of off. You can see view matte. You can see a master controller is the brightness. You can play with it to get your desired result. You are getting depth map ML control over it to adjust the brightness and everything. You'll also get a little bit more detailed control if you come to the refine part and the far, mid, and near. To get a better understanding, I'll just turn on the view matte. You can see the range, the brightness. It's only affecting the furthest part because it was on invert. Okay, you can see it's only affecting on the furthest part, only the grayest part. If you want more control over the footage before applying the sunrise or the depth map ML, And when you are adding some other effects, it's interfering with the depth map ML or something. The best way around is to uncheck the depth map from here. Just duplicate the footage, and from the top layer you just remove the BCC layer and add a different effect known as the depth ML. This is the depth ML as it is. It does not have any other option. It's only the depth ML and made for it. So from this one, you can see view depth map. If you change to source, you can see the video. You just change it to depth map and change the model to faster to check if your effect is working or not. And from the output mode, you are getting various options like the black and white matte, the heat map, the alpha channel, the multiply, and the stencil alpha. So using the depth map ML, you can see you are getting way more control over the depth map than the one we have used within the inbuilt sunrise effect. Okay, and you can see for this one, oh wait, this one is raise, and in this one you can see the contrast, gamma, everything. You can get as same control as it was in the raise inbuilt effect. You can see the level near, you are getting a direct control over the level near, etc. And for this one, as we done the same as in the sunrise effect inbuilt, we have to invert the mask to get the brightest area in the furthest part. So we'll just change the invert to on, and you can see there's various refined depth that we discussed earlier. If you want, you can change it. And now let's come to the bottom part. Make sure to hide the top layer. We don't want that to be visible for now. We'll just come to the our sunrise layer, and from here let's expand the matte option, and from within the matte option change the channel to luma. Okay, because we want to apply the effect on the white part. You can see already the effect is applied, but that's not visible as such. Let's change the matte layer from none to first layer that we have applied the effect. Okay, this one. And let's change it to source from mask, because we are not using the source, we are using the mask for the depth ML. And let's change it to effect and mask. You can see the effect is right in front of you. But imagine if you don't want to invert it from here, you can see it's only affecting on the white part that is the nearest as in the default. We will just come to the first layer, I mean the bottom part of the main raise layer, and from within the matte option just invert the matte. Just like that the effect is applied. There's no change between the matte and the depth ML. Let me show you. This is the depth ML. Now let's change the luma to off, and let's change the depth ML to enable. You can see there's no change. It's the same as the previous one. Let's change it to luma. Let's disable the depth ML, and it's the same. Let's change it to faster from better, and there's more better result. It's as same as the previous one. But wait, there's one more way you can do it. And what if you want to use the sunrise effect as for only sunrise and not for any masking purpose, like the matte or depth map ML? So we'll just turn off both the matte and the depth map none from here, or the turn off. Now you can see only the raise is in this layer. Now let's enable the depth map ML layer, and let's change the black and white to stencil alpha. And just like the previous one, don't forget to invert it, and it's the same. And from using the all of the three ways, you can get basically the same effect without any change. So that's it guys, that's how you add realistic sunrise to your video using After Effects or the Premiere Pro using the Borisfx Continuum or the Borisfx Sapphire plugin. And if you want link to any of those plugins, the link is always in the description, and you can use the link to get a flat 15% off. And if you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to comment down below, and I'll be replying to each and everyone. So if you find it useful, please make sure to drop a like and don't forget to subscribe the channel. See you in the next one. Until then, have a creative day guys.